Hi, friends, and welcome back to another Fantasia review. So today, you can probably tell by the title, this is one that is very interestingly named. And, I think that just from the name alone, you kind of get some expectations. But I will just say that I do not think that this is a film that, don't go into it expecting some Cronenberg-y stuff, anything like that, because it's not that. But what movie are we talking about today? If you saw the title, we are talking about Booger. And so this is a film that just premiered last night at Fantasia. It's written directed by Mary Dauterman or Dauterman. Not completely sure how to say the name, but I went into this not really sure what to expect because there wasn't much about it. And that's kind of something that happens a lot with these Fantasia titles. But I was very interested because this director did a very interesting short film with Rachel Sennott, whatever. I'm just terrible with the names on this episode. But I really, really enjoyed that. And so I've been looking forward to this. And thankfully, she does a fantastic job. This is very, very well done. It's very ethereal. I think that kind of thing can appeal to a lot of people. And I don't know, I really enjoyed where it went. I should also state, so the title Booger is named after the cat of the lead person, or Anna. Yes, I believe her name is Anna. And the lead is looking for her lost cat. But the main part of the story is that her best friend Izzy passed away suddenly, and we don't get like an explanation, at least unless I missed it. I don't think we get an explanation for how Izzy passed away, but it's clear. It seems to be implied that it was accidental. There's no like referencing of suicide or overdose, anything like that. And especially when we ever see clips of Izzy, she's always just such a ball of happiness and light. So I can't imagine it's that. And there's also one other element that is a bit of a spoiler that I won't mention. But that makes me think that it's, again, something tragic, drunk driver or something insane. But this is also set in a big city, so I don't think they're driving. Regardless. I did really enjoy that. It's very much a character piece. It very much just breaks down, loss and grieving and the different things that you go through in terms of just your emotions when you lose someone that is considered just so important to you. And most of us can relate to that and can also relate to just the stonewalling that you do to the people in your life just because of this disconnect that happens. And I think that Booger just does a fantastic, every time I even say the title, it's so unique, but I do think it's something that's going to hold it back slightly just because, just people aren't going to be interested in something called Booger. That's how I feel. Anytime I've even mentioned this to others, they're like, Booger. It just gets that kind of reaction. So, but maybe that's intentional. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed the film. There's, no one really in it that I recognize other than Heather Matarazzo comes up at one point, and she's in it's kind of like the only lighthearted moment in the movie. And it's real funny. She's like this cat lady. And that's another thing I should say. This is a very cat-centric film, and I am not a cat person. I don't dislike cats, but I'm just not a cat person. I don't like the litter box in particular. And so there's some stuff in this, like cat food. Dog food too is gross, any animal food. But something about cat food, I'm like, just the smell. And so there's one scene where Anna is like eating cat food that it probably made me cringe more and like wince more than any actual body horror stuff that I've seen in the last few years. Like my stomach churned more during that than any moment of Terrifier 2. So I feel like that says something to it. And there's just so much stuff that it hits very hard in a lot of places and does a very good job with the story elements. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about just how weird and how much they're able to pull off the weird, because one of the other my favorite part of the film are these little clips and bits. Oh, I guess second favorite. I'll get into the other favorite later. But there's these little bits that Izzy filmed on her camera that just random throughout. They're thrown throughout the movie, and they work so well because you're able to see what kind of a person Izzy is and why this loss is so important and so big for everyone. So, but the performance, and I need to find her name because she is so good. Marcia Debonis. Oh, she's a casting director. She is so good as Izzy's mom. There's a scene that, and I should say too, this movie had me crying 2 different times. I didn't expect that from a movie called Booger. But there's one scene in particular where, I mean, it's essentially just the mom going, I lost a daughter. You and Izzy were pretty much like sisters. I can't lose another daughter. Please, like, call me. And it's such a good scene. It just hits that. It hits you in the feels. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about that. And I guess in terms of negatives, I did not like the ending. I think that it's very abrupt, and the character of Anna, she's like going through so much throughout, and then it's a very fast shift. And so that didn't really work for me. And there's some stuff with like the hand that, given what the end result is for the film, which I won't talk about, there was some stuff where I'm like, well, what was the point of this? What was the point of that? So little bit of the essentially the horror elements were some of my least favorite outside of cinematography parts of those. But in terms of when the story horror elements came into play, it's just like, whatever. The story itself is what is so good in these performances. And yeah, I don't think the ending is such a thing that it will ruin the film. It still holds up very well. And as a matter of fact, in terms of a rating for Booger, which, geez, I've already been talking about this a lot longer than I had intended, but my final rating for Booger would be an 8 out of 10. Just really, 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 really good. That's all I can really say. But yeah, there's plenty more films coming for Fantasia, so I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.